would say that most of you know somebody that has tattoos of some sort or have encountered tattoos in some way during their life. And maybe you have asked the question, is this tattoo significant? Is it for religious reasons? Or is it just on a personal basis? And of course that is something that is original to everybody. It's different for every person. But here is the history behind tattoos. In ancient China, Chinese tattoos date back between 2100 BC to 550 BC. They were used for decorative and ritualistic purposes, serving as a protection against evil spirits, and most evidence dates to the Shang dynasty. As for ancient Japan, it can be treated back to Jomon period, which is 10,000 BC to 300 BC. There has been evidence found on clay figurines and pottery of tattoos. They are associated with spirituality, religion, and decoration in Japan, and the Japanese believed that tattoos were protective symbols. In Polynesia and Samoa, evidence has shown that the word tattoo may have come from the Samoan word tatua. It is culture practiced handed down from man to son. Tattooing tools were made from boar and shark teeth. There were often ceremonies for new chiefs where they were tattooed to mark their ascension to said role, and if you were unable to complete the pain from the tattoo during this ceremony, you were essentially branded with the shame. And there were tattoos consisted of intricate, detailed geometry to represent aspects of Samoan culture. In ancient Egypt, most documentation shows that tattoos were primarily done on women and that most of the tattoos were found on mummified women. Little evidence was found on men with tattoos, and they may have been used for medicinal purposes, as for the situation of the high priestess Hathor for her pelvic peritonitis. The revival of tattoos began when indigenous people in various parts of the world were discovered, many of whom had rich tattoo traditions back in the 15th century. Cultural knowledge has been diminished because the people that have these traditions cannot pass them down orally since their passing. Tattooing was essentially passed down through the knowledge of few that became the many. Coming back to the 20th century, in many cultures, tattoos are still considered taboo. The stick and poke method was the first appearance of tattoos again in the 20th century before the popular tattoo guns came into play, which is seen in most tattoo shops around the globe. And I have two quotes, one of which is, indigenous groups such as the Maori of New Zealand and the Ainu of Japan and various Native American tribes have played an active role in reclaiming and revitalizing their tattoo customs. And tattoos are always present on the mummified skin of any ancient Egyptians and are almost exclusively found on the women during the Middle Kingdom period of 2160 to 1994 BCE. Overall, tattoos have made a big impact on cultures around the globe and continue its effect in the 20th century and moving forward. Collectively, China, Japan, Polynesia, Samoa, and Egypt have very similar values in their case in other cultures across the world. Tattoos can be a great way to express yourself, whether it be via your religion or simply personal preference. In conclusion, tattoos can be a great way to express oneself in many ways. Thank you.